Hi, do any of you like chocolate chip cookies?
Oh, yeah.
If you do, would you like to hear about my science fair project? So for my project, I wanted to figure out which chocolate chip cookie recipe makes the best cookie. So I had 3 different recipes that I used for my project, and they were from Nestle, Martha Stewart, and Cooking Channel. So for my hypothesis, I thought that the Nestle recipe would have turned out better than the Martha Stewart and Cooking Channel. So for this experiment, what I did was I had 7 students from my 5th grade class come and try the cookies. They tried one of each, and then they gave each cookie a certain number of points. And this was also their rank. So 1 would be the best, then 2, then 3. And so on my data sheet, with the points, I added them up. And since 1 would be the best rank that you could get, the lowest amount of points would win. And so on my data sheet, Nestle had 15 points, Martha Stewart had 10 points, and Cooking Channel had 17 points. So since the lowest amount wins, Martha Stewart would have been the one that won. And so my hypothesis was incorrect because I thought that it was going to be Nestle. But it turns out that because I found out on my review of literature that the Martha Stewart recipe had less flour than the other 2 recipes, and the students, a lot of them said that the Martha Stewart cookie was chewier than the other cookies, and I think that a chewy cookie is a more desired texture than the other cookies, because I learned that if you have more dry ingredients and less wet ingredients, then your cookie will become drier. But if you have more wet ingredients than dry ingredients, then your cookie will be more chewier and softer. And they all called them a lot of the same things, like butter, flour, eggs, but they were all in different values. I think that's the reason why the Martha Stewart recipe was favored over the others, because the ingredients turned out to be a more chewier, softer cookie. So I did this project because I wanted to find a recipe that I could use a lot, because I know that a lot of people bake cookies all the time, and usually I use a Nestle recipe, and that's what I know a lot of other people use. But after doing my experiment, I found out that the Martha Stewart recipe is the best recipe that you could use, and I want to know in the future if there are other recipes that I could use, and also why some people prefer different textures or flavors over others. And so now I know that I will use the Martha Stewart recipe in the future, and now the other people that can look at my board can too. Thank you.